Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our group meditation to bring in peace and light. This is the first day of our series in December, where we're going to be connecting with the community from around the world, people from around the world who are committed to uplifting and bringing in peace, calm, clarity, grace, blessings, divinity, light, love, super consciousness. So welcome to everyone who is joining for the first time these monthly series here at Pillai Center Practice YouTube. My name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me, and you are also going to be guided in these coming days by a couple of other Pillai Center teachers. One is Padma, and her name also is Ujwala. So you might hear her say Padma or Ujwala or Padmaji Ujwala. So she's also going to be guiding you. And Lalita Varahi is another Pillai Center teacher and a Vedic astrologer, and she will be guiding you as well. So the three of us are so excited to be sharing the teachings of Dr. Pillai and guiding everyone through about an hour together, where we will dive into the sounds that will create God or Goddess consciousness inside of us. And then we will be able to fill ourselves up and radiate that energy, that light, that love, that intelligence, that mercy, compassion that we need, especially during COVID time. So it's Monday, December 14th, 2020. We are in Eastern Standard Time here in Toronto, Canada. And we are so happy to be able to get us set up for this beautiful process that we will go through. Dr. Pillai is going to walk us through a process, so you'll hear him guiding you through an audio practice. I'll be stepping outside of the view of the camera, and you will be able to just gaze into the images behind me here on the bookshelf. And so when we have the keys, the sounds that will unlock the secrets of God consciousness, of Arul, which is this light of omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. Now, those are three big words that, whoa, what does that even mean? So it means to have that ability to know everything. So you're all knowing, the ability to be everywhere all at once. So you're connected to all souls, all living beings, all non-living beings. This is what the earth plane is all about. It's light stopped, or it's light slowed down. So we want to speed up the light to speed up our experience here on the earth plane and bring in miracle consciousness, bring in healing energy. So it's a time of the year also where we can feel so powerful, or empowered at least, to be uplifted, to come out of our harms and hurdles, especially during the season where there's light across the cultures, across the traditions, across the religions. The meaning of God, bringing God in, is represented by a light. So if you have a candle, you might want to light the candle, or if you have a ghee lamp, you can light that. Or in some cultures, they light olive oil. You can, honor your tradition or explore the different traditions. So Dr. Pillai is all about having something that we can see and touch and experience, some spiritual energy that might be coming in and radiating out. So you might see some fabulous images afterwards, or during. You might see some beings coming in. So the lights will be dimmed. The electrical lights here will be dimmed, the incandescent lights, and then we will have just the light here that you can see, the ghee lamp. And you can be gazing into that light. And as you're waking up your body, your mind, your soul with these sounds, Arul and Arul, that's what makes up the sound Arul. It's made up of those three sounds. And Dr. Pillai will guide you through the meditation and guide you in the different body parts, the brain, and so on. So you don't really need to think, oh, what is he doing? Where is it going? You can be chanting out loud. You can be chanting internally. The main thing is, this is the time, this is the season across the cultures, across the traditions, across the religions, where we're saying, hey, we need more light. and especially to round up this time of the year in 2020, the end of 2020. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness that year is over in a lot of ways, because a lot of people struggled and suffered, and people lost their jobs, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and people have been isolated more than they ever thought they would be in their whole life up until this point. So this is our new normal. And that doesn't mean that the divine can't intervene and bring us back to a more fabulous new normal. So we're evolving beings. We want to experience the light from within. And when we experience that connection to the divine inside of each and every one of us, into the connect with the divine all around us, then we will be, when we can do that, we will be lighting up the world. So because everyone is from all around the world, you're welcome to say hello on the chat here. You can say what your name is if you'd like, or you can just maybe say, hey, I'm here from Toronto, Canada. And then we can say, oh my goodness, we can hold hands etherically or energetically across the globe and create a network and be sparkling and shining and lighting up the whole world. So the divine can come in. It needs somewhere to come in. It needs people to come into. So without further ado, let's get into a settled state. Again, I'm going to be stepping off to the side. So you're just going to be seeing the background images on the background here and on the bookshelf. And then you will also be able to just gaze into the light every now and then, chanting out loud, chanting internally. If Dr. Pillai says, follow along with me, and you don't feel like it, you can do whatever you want. You can be sitting, you can be standing, you can be laying down, you can be doing light yoga. The main thing is that you're here and you want to experience the divine light of omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, rule. And then we will come back after about 25 minutes or so, and then you're welcome to jump off and continue on in your inner journey with the light, or you can stay, share your experiences on the chat, ask questions, and then we will wrap it up in about an hour. So without further ado, let's get into it. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. So I'm just going to be moving off to the side and turning the camera like so. And you can be settling inside. Maybe you want to close your eyes and put your attention internally. And as you put your attention internally, then you can shut the world out. Give it a rest. You could be focusing your attention at the base of the spine. And also down the legs. Imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down the legs, into the feet and toes even. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru. Om Gam Ganapatay Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now, imagine a ray of light shooting up from the base of your spine, the tailbone area, shooting up your backbone in your subtle body that corresponds with your physical backbone. This ray of light pierces the chakras, these whirling, swirling, spinning centers of psycho-spiritual energy that are aligned on your spine. When they get activated, they begin to bring in more and more light and love and super consciousness. This ray of light pierces the top of the skull and goes up, up, up into the space, sending out an SOS, a spiritual signal to the divine for help to bring in peace, love, light into the world, into you. We'll begin activating these chakras starting at the base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear it. Move up to the middle of your brain, the third eye. Float back down to the base of the spine. Connect with the earth element. Na, 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 na. Move up to the navel, the belly, the abdomen. Fill it with water. Ma, 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 ma. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands and fingers. Set them on fire. She. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element or ether or prana, the subtle air, in the throat, the nostrils, the mouth. Wa, 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 wa. Now move up to the two eyes. Keep the eyeballs steady, still. Focus on the right and left brain. Connect with the ether, the Akash, or space. Ya, 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 ya. Now imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with or a light. Imagine two beams of light shooting out from his eyes into your eyes. Two beams of light from his ears into your ears. Two beams of light, his nostrils into your nostrils. A beam of light enters your mouth, touches the tip of the tongue, the middle of the tongue, the back of the tongue, and the throat. Receive that light that clears the karma that gets stuck in the throat. Moving to the forehead area, imagine a light shooting from Dr. Pillai's forehead area, third eye, pituitary pineal, into your third eye. And finally, a light enters from the top of the skull, piercing the skull, getting inside the brain. The whole brain lights up. The whole body begins to turn into particles of light, pouring through your whole body all the way down to your feet. Enjoy your practice, and we'll see you in a bit.
Close your eyes and listen to this sound. Now put this sound on different sense organs, particularly the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the brain. Now put this sound on your right eye. Embrace bliss, embrace joy, embrace happiness. This sound also will generate light, very bright light, like the sunlight. So imagine your body is full of light. Go to the left eye. Also receive the light. The whole body is filled with light. The 2 ears. The tongue. Over the tongue. From the throat, the tonsils area. Inside the brain. Now put this sound on your right eye. Embrace bliss, embrace joy, embrace happiness. Go to the left eye. Imagine your body is full of light. The 2 ears. Receive the light. The tongue. Receive the light. Over the tongue. From the throat, the tonsils area. inside the brain. Imagine your body is full of light. Your body is full of light. Don't allow any other thought, just this chanting. The whole body is vibrating the sounds. On the right eye. Left eye. The 2 years. The 2 nostrils. Inside the brain. Spin the sound inside the brain. Arul, 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 arul. the right eye. Receive the light. Left, right. Receive the light. The 2 ears, receive the light. The 2 nostrils, receive the light. Inside the brain, receive the light. Spin the sound inside the brain. Spin the sound. Arul, 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 On the right eye. Left, right. The 2 years. The 2 nostrils. Inside the brain. Spin the sound. Arul, 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 arul. Spin the sound. Arul, 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 arul. Embrace bliss. Embrace joy. Embrace happiness. Now, slowly, slowly, come back to sleep.
And just let go of the process, the journey within, connecting your body, mind, and soul to the sounds of omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, the highest light, love, mercy, intelligence, divinity. With the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai, give a prayer of gratitude for guiding your soul to come and experience a connection to the light that's coming into the earth plane right now during the season of light, celebrating the joy and the happiness and the bliss of God consciousness, Goddess consciousness, divinity, Arul consciousness. Make a prayer for whatever it is that you would like to wish for. It's the season of wishes, so you can put it on your wish list. And then pray for those who need it the most. Everyone, every human being must have divine intervention to make sure they're protected, they're peaceful, they're calm, and they have food, clothing, shelter, medicine, water, clean drinking water, a higher education, a divine education. And make a prayer of gratitude for everybody for coming and participating in this group or community gathering so that we can experience so much more light coming in with a group than we can on our own individual effort. So thanks everyone for joining. So slowly come back, and you can be continuing to gaze into the light that was doing some fun things, and you're welcome to share your experience. Or maybe if you didn't see the different things that were going on with the light as the divine came in to the ghee lamp, then maybe you can watch the recording and pause it when you see, oh my goodness. Intuitively, you might see a divine being flash its image there. You might see it in your mind's eye. You might even experience it now. So from my perspective in this camera, there's like a pinkish, purplish globe of light above the ghee lamp light. So there's the ghee lamp, and then there's a light above it. And that wasn't there before. So that can be an indication that the goddess is coming in. That's what a rule consciousness is. So you can see the light beams are expanding beyond the blob of light there. So these are all indicators. Oh, and even you can see a light on Dr. Pillai's chest. Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that before. So it may be, that the light is reflecting there, although wasn't set up to be that way, but that's how it goes. So, and then, so what happens? People say, well, I don't know if I'm connecting to this omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, this God consciousness, this light. Well, just merge with it now. And then you just close your eyes and open them and close them. And you just will receive a message, because again, in every culture, every religion, every tradition, God coming in is in the form of light. So we want to know it. We don't want to just chant or meditate and hope that it all works out. The divine did come. And that's through the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai and your faith and trust in your own transformation, so that you can see it, so that you can feel it. So not only you see the light, you want to feel it, you want to know it. Maybe people are experiencing heat, or like a tingling, like a cold, shivery sensation moving through their whole body, or parts of their body, or maybe parts of the brain. So we were spinning the sound rule in the brain, and other parts, but mostly just focusing on getting that light, get the neurons firing with the divine light. So you're welcome to continue to share, and that will be very inspiring, because Dr. Pillai also would like to know what everyone is experiencing in these free daily call services that we're offering. That's what he wants to make sure, that every one of his followers or students or devotees are taken care of. So hopefully you did feel that care coming through. So slowly come back, and I'm going to open up the lights a little bit. All right. So just reposition. Hello, welcome back. Oh, I don't want to cut off all, but there he goes. So thanks so much for joining, everyone. And thanks to those people who jumped over from the viewing page on Pillai Center. I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll get that corrected for the following events that we'll be doing on a daily basis. We'll be hosting it from Pillai Center Practice YouTube, as well as Pillai Center viewing page for these community events. So just checking out here on the chat. Someone is sharing here, my baby fell asleep to Dr. Pillai's chanting. It is, see, rockabye baby. He just puts us all into a very deep and relaxed and calm state. So we want to experience peace, but not on an intellectual level. We want to feel it. We want to merge with it. We want to get into a lullaby and just drift off. So if a baby is falling asleep, that is the truth, because there's no resistance with the baby. So you may have experienced that nurturing motherly love coming from Guru's grace. So lots of messages of gratitude. People are popping onto the chat, and you're talking in amongst one another, and that's really great. Sue's saying here, I feel very drowsy. And so that's what happens as well, as this tremendous light will come in, and the light is supercharged, and it can make us to feel very tired or drowsy, because it's speeding up the spin of our energy system. So the chakras, those psycho-spiritual centers, are aligning with the divine intelligence and its light and sound vibrations. And so when that happens, it feels like we've just gone on a rocket ship and we haven't gone anywhere. So you can feel the speed of intelligence. And when we can think quickly, then what happens? We can do things very quickly. We can take action. We're very clear. We're concise. We know how to take the next step that will be in a more fulfilling, more rewarding way of experiencing life. Because time is just going to go by. The seconds go by, the minutes go by, the hours go by, the days go by, the weeks go by, the months go by, the years go by, the decades go by, the whole life goes by. It just does that. So how we're experiencing when the divine comes in, what is it? Wow, miracles. It just happened so fast. It came out of nowhere. I was just like, whoa, I wasn't even thinking. So the miracles are faster than thought. And how do we align with miracle consciousness as we keep unlocking the secrets of our soul? So we don't know how to unlock that consciousness. So sounds and light in the form of mantras are going to protect the mind, to protect the body from being bombarded by all the stuff that we're exposed to, and put us in that happy place. So we don't have to think too much about it because thinking is too slow. We need the divine grace, the Arul consciousness, which is omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. So omniscience is, again, all-knowing. You have the knowledge right there. You don't have to think. It's boom. That's what I want to manifest. How? You don't have to say who, what, where, when, how, why. It just did. And you use the sound to bring in omniscience. Omnipotence is to make it very powerful so you don't blink and miss it. You feel the vibration. Some people say that after this meditation, they're rocking. They feel like, oh my goodness, there's an energy. It's like this subatomic energy, like a rocket ship. So that's a good sign that things are shifting inside of you. And so that power is omnipotence, all powerful, all empowering. So it's empowering you, not that you're going to go around with a club or gun or something and power, I'm going to power over you. You know, you're always going to use your power for good. That's the Wonder Woman, you know, so, or Superman. You always use it for good because this divine energy is coming in, and you have to be very careful because if you think a thought that is going to be harmful, guess what? Boomerang back to you. So that's what karma is. So as we get on this spiritual path, we want to make sure that we are experiencing the divine energy in the form of bliss and love and peace and joy and happiness. And we're being empowered with that consciousness. And that is what is exuding from us. And people are giddy and they were grumpy the minute before that. So what happened? It wasn't because you were there or said anything extra special. It's because the divine energy came in and through the light in the space. So we're just practicing being empowered or being ready to be empowered by this omnipotence. And then omnipresence is everywhere. So it's our birthright from lifetime to lifetime, even if you don't believe in lifetime to lifetime or karma. As it is in the Indian tradition, you know that you hold on to things from maybe birth, and you hold grudges, or you're sad, or you're depressed, or you're grieving, you're mourning for your whole life. You're blaming, you're shameful, you're angry, you're upset, you're frustrated. And it's not that it's a continuous, although there are people where there's miserable all the whole life. And finally, towards the end, they're just like, whoa, I just wasted my life in misery. So this omnipresence is something that we can tap into, and it is that ability to just wipe out anything that's coming up. It's bubbling up to the surface, and someone is going to push that button and pop. It's going to be in the space, and you're just like, oh, why can't I control that? You can't. You can have some coping mechanisms or coping tools, but this Arul consciousness and these sounds that Dr. Pillai unlocks the secrets inside the eyes, the ears, the nostrils, the mouth, the head, the brain, the whole body is lit up. So the more and more you just go with this guided technique, it's only 25 minutes. So you can practice that. You can play it all day and all night in the background while you're working, while you're driving, while you're standing in lines. Oh my God, how many lineups do we have to stand in now these days? So many, right? So what are you going to do? Do the sounds, and all of a sudden, what has happened to me is that these I go to the bank and there's one line, and then all of a sudden other lines open up, three other tellers open up, and it's just like, oh, okay. And always in the mantra, always tuning into a higher or more intelligent, more peaceful, more calm, more delightful state of consciousness. So omniscience, all knowing, omnipotence, all powerful or empowering, and omnipresence. It's everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you go or what you do, that it will be there. You just tap into it. So where does this sound come from? It's a teaching coming from this lovely being who was Dr. Pillai's most recent incarnation in the 1800s, late 1800s. And so this is Swami Ramalingam, Saint Ramalinga. And he is here standing, and he turned the body into light, like Christ did in all the siddhas. So these siddhas are enlightened beings, they're perfected beings. They have a role consciousness. They have the ability to use the mantras to create heaven on earth. So, and you can see the dancing Shiva, the Nataraj. You might see it as I change my altar from time to time. And then you can experience the dancing Shiva. I have a beautiful Nataraj that's been blessed by Dr. Pillai, and also blessed in various services that have been offered through Pillai Center and Ashravet over the years. So this is a book about his life, and he was just this regular guy, but he had this deep sense of urgency and mercy. We need mercy, we need compassion, we need grace beyond our understanding of it from an intellectual or psychological perspective, even an emotional perspective. He wanted to bring in the grace of God. He wanted to disappear and not be there. So he was there. You could see him, and he did so many great things. And then he's come back again in this lifetime as Dr. Pillai to bring in the mercy, the love, the compassion. And then people who practice this sounds, and it could be the right time because we're coming out of the Kali Yuga and into the golden age where there's no pain, no suffering. So why do you want the light body? Well, you can see here, this is Dr. Pillai, an image of Dr. Pillai where it was taken at a New York event. It was a seminar, and he's there on the stage, and this person who captured this light body, his whole body is light. It was just during a time where she was inspired, she was intuitively drawn, pick up the camera and just take the picture. And you can see someone is sitting there in front of her, and she's taking it over the shoulder. So it's not something that was, pose, okay, now do your light body. It was all of a sudden, she was just inspired, took the snap, and there it was. So you can see the light there, his image. And it's all light, meaning, and it's radiating light. Like, look at all the light all around. So this was just a regular person, not a professional photographer or anything like that. There wasn't any extra light set up. So that is the physical. We need to see it to believe it, right? And so this meditation, you might feel or sense that your body parts are disappearing. And don't be freaked out. It's the light getting in, and it's bypassing your intellectual doubting mind that says, what's happening? Who's doing that? Where am I? So the who, what, where, when, why questions, and how. The WH questions, those are the ones that create doubt, and doubt is a question. Something is not answered. So we don't doubt the light. The light is God consciousness. We want to experience going beyond that judgment or that knowledge that I know, I've had that happen before. But so then what did you do on your spiritual path? Did you go deeper into yourself and then access compassion, mercy, love for everyone? Yes, everyone. And then what did you experience? So we don't even know the extent of the compassion that we can experience as a human evolving on the spiritual path, also in our lives, until the light or the grace of God comes in, or goddess comes in, or universal intelligence, prana, whatever you want to call it. It's the light. There's not just some unintelligent light. It is the most merciful. Some people cry. I know when Dr. Pillai introduced Arul to me and a small group of people many years ago, and I felt like I was being shaken. I was crying. My whole body was shaking, like I was taking off on a rocket, literally, and it was uncontrollable. And just so much pain was released, and so much suffering that I, held on to, and because I thought I had to. And, so the processing might be a little bit intense for people as the light is coming in. So be kind to yourself as you go away from these chanting and meditation sessions. So please be kind. Take water, hydrate yourself, get rest. Not that you can go running about in COVID lockdown time, but maybe you're watching unconscious things on Netflix, or not that you shouldn't have some fun, but maybe, that's dulling your mind. So just take a break. As Dr. Pillai says, you can go and do what people do here on the earth plane, but always be focusing your internal attention on the light. So maybe perhaps if you are diving into videos or, whatever it is that you're watching, and even surfing the net or surfing the Facebook, social media, you can get lost and you get, triggered, and then you've come away from it and you feel like so drained. So maybe when that's happening, you can just have a candle or have a ghee lamp there at your desk or wherever you are. And if you're at home, and, you can just glance at it every now and then and grab that light, and maybe say the sound Arul, or have it playing while you're sleeping even. So even if you can't hear it, maybe it can be at 1 volume. If 0 is no volume and 10 is the blasting the space, even if you just have it like at the lowest volume, that you can just, it's just slightly like above a whisper, and have that going on in your space, and that will bring in the light. Some people, they sleep with a lamp lit beside their head, so not right next to it, but it can be on a bookshelf or a dresser, somewhere where it's going to be, fire safety is key. So if you're not used to it, don't try this. If you are, then you know what to do. But so don't have the light at your feet level, or at the middle of your body. Put it more towards the head of where you're sleeping, and that will bring in a lot of light. Because when the gods and the goddesses, they come in, they love the ghee, they love the light. So how do we know that we're feeling that protection? Some people, they can't sleep with the light, so you don't have to do that. They'll have a restless sleep. So that's okay, you don't. But because we have students who have been studying with Dr. Pillai for many years, and some are brand new. So welcome all those brand new people and everybody else. So these are some tips and tools, and just self-care after every meditation. You can keep a journal during these 14 or 15 days. So we're going to go from the 14th to the 28th, and we're going to have a fire lab on the 29th, I believe it is, or maybe it's on the 28th. I have to get those dates sorted out. And so make sure, and the other teachers will as well, they'll make sure that you have, every night we will be guiding you and saying, okay, here's what's happening next at Pillai Center. So the main thing is that you're here, you're connecting with everyone from around the world. We're creating a community of people who are committed to bringing the light, the love, the peace, the grace, the blessings of the season. 'Tis the season to be jolly, full of joy. And many people are in COVID lockdown, or, they're not able to be with their families, and they're getting depressed, or they're getting frustrated, or they're angry, or whatever is going on. Or maybe people don't have jobs and they can't afford to buy the gifts that they wanted to give the gifts. So give the gift of light and joy and humor and grace and lightness of being. So maybe that will be greater than a physical or material gift. So laugh a lot, love a lot, be joyful, be merciful, and be with a role consciousness. So Vaughn is saying here, I experienced today that my feet and underlegs disappeared in Dr. Pillai's meditation. Totally a new feeling. Absolutely. So Swami Nivali has posted here, who's also a Pillai Center teacher and Vedic astrologer. She's posted Pathway to God, trodden by Swami Ramalingam. Oh yes, so this is what it is here. So this is the book that I held up. There's Swami Ramalingam. He's the saint. And he did a lot of great things in his lifetime. There's the Shiva Nataraj that represents this dance of Arul consciousness. So we have these images. So what is Arul? Like, that's a weird word for a lot of people. And how do you say it? And what does it mean? So that it's unlocking those syllables, u, and il, or ru, il, or rule together. Those sounds are going to unlock the secrets of doing the dance of creation and having this sustaining energy, is where you're really focused on the divine and you really want to have bliss and happiness, and yeah, have some material stuff too. That's cool, makes you happy. And be able to give it to others as well. Have enough so you can give to others. So you can participate in giving the gift that keeps on giving through Tripura Foundation. So you can go maybe check that out. It's tripurafoundation.org. And if you give a gift of whatever it is, minimal amount, something will happen to your role consciousness. So this sound, or these syllables that make up a rule, so u, and il, or ru, and il, or arul together, all those three sounds together will unlock the mercy, the compassion. You'll just be like so inspired to want to do something, take a step, like a physical thing that you can't necessarily do in lockdown. You can take a step and then liven up or enliven the lives of others. So there's the hope centers, the kids who are practicing the sounds, and ooh and il, and a lot of sounds that are awakening their brain, firing them up. And so there are little gifts that there are gift sets that you can participate in. You can help to feed people, the elderly, handicapped, people who are really downtrodden. That's what a rule consciousness is all about. And that's what Swami Ramalingam, he was the guy who just said, you can come back lifetime after lifetime. And if you don't do your acts of charity, not because you're a do-gooder, it's because it's going to awaken that Arul consciousness. So these are the secrets. So yeah, we were raised, to be good, do unto others as we would have done unto you. The golden rule. It's across the cultures, across the traditions and religions. But how do we know? And you will know right away. So many of us say and have experienced, especially when it's our birthday, or we feel like we have so much and we want to do something for others, and it's not so easy to do. You just go online, point, click, there it is, it's done. But something happens right in the grace. And it's always for me, the experience is I'm so grateful to be able to give, even if it is just a little bit. I get to give, and knowing that gift is going to keep on going. It's going to give life. It's going to give the consciousness. It's not just to give some food or shelter. That's wonderful, but it's going to keep the divine energy flowing. So how else would we know how to do that? There's a lot of charities, and I'm not saying this is across the board, but a lot of it goes to the administration. We know with Dr. Pillai, that is not the case, because when you go to India and you see, and you see the people giving the gifts or giving the food or giving the teachings, they're doing it. It's not something that they have these huge paychecks. So that it goes all to the kids or to the elderly, the food feeding of hundreds, thousands of people. So if you can do that, that's something that is so empowering, and you can go on and then maybe give gift cards. That's what I do for all the people who I know, especially kids. They have everything here. I don't even know what to give them anymore. And so starting to give them the gift cards. And they're, oh, what is this Tripura Foundation? And then they start to read about it. And they say, wow, that's amazing. And yeah, one day you're going to go there once COVID is over and you're old enough to go. Maybe your parents will take you there, or maybe I'll take you there if it's relatives or kids. I have a niece who says, when are you going to India next? I want to go. And because I take them to these places where the kids are, the elderly are, the physically handicapped or mentally handicapped kids are, and they're so beautiful. And you just cry, your whole soul just cries with that mercy and compassion to the divine. Please protect these people. They're for real. And makes you to feel so real, not just having things. So a rule consciousness is going to do way more than giving you miracles and comforts and so on. It's going to awaken that compassion for your fellow human being, and then all living beings. So not just humans, but the plants and the animals and the mountains and the trees. Mother Earth really needs a big hug. So yeah. So Van is saying here, I experienced today that my feet and underlings disappeared. Okay, great. The Fire Lab is scheduled December 29th. Oh, thank you so much. So Donna Devi, fabulous. Donna Devi created this meditation audio practice. So kudos and shout out to you, Donna Devi, our angel who creates beautiful media for everyone to enjoy Dr. Pillai's teachings. So please send us feedback about the meditation and the music and the walkthrough with Dr. Pillai with this Arul consciousness. Let us know how you liked it. So the Fire Lab with Premraj, he's a Vedic specialist or priest who has the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai to bring in some secretive teachings through the fire that is traditional. It's across the board. It gets done around this time of the year. But he will bring in the consciousness on December 29th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 2 a.m. UTC, and then 7:30 a.m. IST on December 30th. So that's the end of the year, the end of this series of chanting and meditating, bringing in the light and love and peace and joy and bliss. And we're going to cultivate that. We're going to build it, and we're going to get to a crescendo so that maybe you'll want to jump in and sponsor or co-sponsor the Fire Lab on the 29th and experience what that light is. So there's light, there's the light around you, there's the light, the natural lighting, there's the ghee light, there are different oil lights. So you want to know, hey, who's coming in through this portal? So it creates a portal. Now the Fire Lab is about experimenting on a proxy level. So you're wherever you are in the world, and he is where he is in, I think he's in Mauritius. And he is doing this Fire Lab to bring in the gods, the goddesses, the divine beings, the Arul consciousness into the earth plane. And then that is activating us at the level of the soul. And we're connected to a star. So you can put your name, you just put your name as a sponsor. Everybody can join free. But if you want to hear your name being read out, and then because you're sponsoring this big yajna, it's a big celebration of light. And at the end of the year, that's what we need. We need to end the year with a good note and a good light, bringing that vortex, opening it up wider and wider. So that's what the fire will do. And you'll be so mesmerized, and you'll be so enlightened and enlivened. Again, what the heck is this Arul consciousness? You'll go see it. And then as he's calling in these divine beings, you'll see the different shapes. You can snap pictures and, oh my God, there's Ganesha, there's Jesus, there's, you will see it. And no one can negate what you experienced, or you might experience a shift, maybe a resolution to your problem. So this is all about, Dr. Pillai's teachings are all about you experiencing it, not because he's saying stuff or we're saying anything. We're just kind of encouraging you because it has been such a journey of joy and happiness, and also really tough times too, where you felt like, oh my God, I don't know how to come out of this, but it just keeps you steady and still and peaceful and calm as you're going through the storm. The storm is going to happen. That's what it is. But how we are being in it is with the grace and the blessings of the teachings. So Donna Davy says, I can make a downloadable audio for tonight's meditation and post it here tomorrow. Awesome. Look at that manifestation. So Faraz is saying, hi, Sucharita, may I request you to share with us the significance of the yantra that you have behind the ghee lamp? Oh, Faraz, you're always got your eye on the prize. So, wow, look at that image that's being reflected on the yantra right now. It looks like a little spaceship. Oh, cool, right? I think you can see it there. There. So this is a Tamil version of the grace, God's grace. So it's a hymn, and it's kind of like an Our Father, as it is, my Lord's Prayer in the Christian tradition. So this is a prayer to the light, and it's all sacred sounds, sacred words. So the word is with God, and then he said, okay, let there be light. So that's what this is in Tamil. And I don't speak Tamil. But this was energized maybe 20 years ago or something like that. And it came, and I didn't even know that I was going to be receiving this. I just sponsored a fire lab, and I didn't know that was the extra little gift that they gave, and it's pretty powerful. So I always bring it out at this time of the year. Just like in Christianity, you light up the Christmas tree. So this is the Christmas tree for your consciousness to get the blessings. Because again, I don't know what any of that says. Even if someone who's Tamil and can transcribe it and read it, do they know? They're going to get, that's the word of the God or the goddess energy coming through. So thanks for asking for us. Yasmin is saying here, the meditation clip is so coherent spiritually and content-wise. Super light frequency bands in an uninterrupted flow, and technically so well executed. Beautiful. There you go, Donna Davy. She's got a role consciousness. Awesome. So people are asking where to get that meditation, and Donna Davy is going to have it ready for everybody. And then some people, you can get onto these Facebooks, like social media, get onto Pillai Center Facebook or jump onto YouTube. You give us a thumbs up, and then hit the select the button that says if you want to receive alerts, then you can receive alerts. Like us, and then also get subscribed so that you can get the announcement that this is when this is happening. This live call is happening, because we get carried away in our day and oh man. But if it pops up, then and also check in social media, because everybody's pretty good about, hey, you guys get ready, let's go. Take some time aside or take a break from your crazy life and come and get filled up with the light and the love and the joy and the happiness. And then you can go back to it with the light and the love and the joy and the happiness and peace. So people say, what is peace? Well, you've got to come and experience it. And it's so much easier to do when there's a big group of people committed to bringing in the teachings of Dr. Pillai and unlocking the secrets of the souls, and then connected. We're all connected. Collectively, we're connected at the level of the soul, the heart. And our thinking is, yes, let's bring in the light. Let's bring it on. So this is our game. We got game on. So have a lot of fun with it, and enjoy the different teachers that are going to be hosting throughout this 14 days. And then again, or 15 days. And then definitely mark on your calendar the 29th and please do join. It might be the 30th for you, depending on where you are in the world. So, but we'll keep, so jump onto social media, get in there, and you'll always be pinged. And then jump on here on YouTube, and then make sure that you like us, and then select the reminder. So you want to get subscribe, and then you want to get the reminder, the alert, because there's so many live things going on. You don't want to miss them. I can't believe how much Dr. Pillai is coming out through the different social media and YouTube, and he's just, and it's random. It's like when the divine says, okay, go and say this message right now. It's not because he wants to entertain us. In fact, he said that recently. Hey, you know what? I'm pretty entertaining, and he is. I can be laughing my belly till I cry. It's so fun. Sometimes when he's, in that jovial mode, but he's really serious. He wants to bring in the mercy, the compassion, the passion of Christ consciousness, or Allah consciousness, or whatever divine being is going to come in consciousness. So the Holy Spirit, this is the season of the Holy Spirit. So you're going to get reminders too about all those other calls that are just happening randomly. And some are being announced as well. And we have one coming up in this series. Dr. Pillai will be doing another webinar on the Holy Spirit, on the Siddha herbs. So Siddhas are enlightened beings, and they're here to bring in the medicine of the now, not somewhere down the future. So they're bringing in the ancient teachings to unlock your willingness to transform this physical flesh. As Jesus said, the flesh is not going to be able to handle the divine energy coming in. So little by little, you may be interested in taking the Siddha herbs that will prepare your mind, your body, your soul to receive more and more light and hold on to that light. So just like athletes or anyone who is in that high performance mode, or they want to master something in their life, they have a focus, they have a certain diet, or they have a certain tool that they use, or they have, special enhancers that they're taking. And then that helps them to prepare, stay focused, and to receive. Don't blink and miss it. So that's what Arul consciousness will do for you too. So it's not about just your spiritual path. This is, you want to have the 200% life. That's what Dr. Pillai said too. Christ and all the prophets, including Dr. Pillai, he says, listen, I got to be living the human life so that you guys will know, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. So the master, who is so humble, and he has been chosen by the divine, by his birthright, his DNA is ready. Okay, rock and roll. I'm going to bring in a lot of light and teach people how to do that. So there's no pain, no suffering. And that's what we want to do. It's not something we think about. We have to get prepared. So physically prepare yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you're on the right track, because there's no A's or B's or F's. You don't get graded. You just show up and do the thing, and it's super easy. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share. We've gone over a little bit because this is our first day. So I wanted to make sure that I'm welcoming everyone who is new, and then making everyone to feel that it's super easy to do, and you can experience it and see the different things. Don't just join and hope it all works out. Maybe you'll want to watch this recording. It'll be uploaded as soon as I leave or end this YouTube session. So it'll be available for you to, maybe fast forward to the chanting session, meditation session, and then you can just go through it again and feel what you feel, and then keep building that consciousness, because this is the gateway. We're opening up the door, and then we're going to walk through the gate together, and we're going to experience this flood of divinity coming in. So, so Donna Davy is saying, under the video box here, you can subscribe and then click the bell to get the notifications. Okay, thank you so much for that technical support. It's awesome. All right, so, all right, everyone, let's wrap it up, and we will see you when we see you next. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, getting the rest that you need, and staying really positive and optimistic that this is a time period. This is the end of the year. This is the end of COVID. And we don't have to be upset anymore or, frustrated or even sick and tired of it, because that is not going to be bringing the light in. That when we are in that state, we won't be able to allow the light to come in. So it's going to really fine tune us. What are we choosing? Are we choosing everything that we've chosen our whole life up until this point? Are we just going to close the door to this beginning of another decade? So remember, 2020 is the beginning of another decade. So who do we want to be in this next decade? We want to be full of light. We want to be full of love and mercy and compassion. We don't even know what that is until we are pinged. And then we can fulfill our heart's desires with all that grace, all the blessings. So thanks to Dr. Pillai. Thanks to everyone here, all the support team. Swamini Vali, Donna Devi, and Bhairavi. I'm sure you're there too. Maybe Rod is here, or whatever Pillai Center teacher here. Thanks so much. And of course, to our technical team, the support people in the background. So God bless you all. We will see you when we see you next. Namaste.